This is what it's like.
Last night I was waiting to get a little darker because in the field close by where I was waiting, there were some people. They arrived with a tractor. So I was like, no, wait until it's dark, then I'll pitch my tent. And then one guy in the middle of, I was looking at these people, and one guy came walking down the road where I was. Like, it's incredible. In Morocco, you cannot escape people. Anyway, he didn't speak any word of French, only Arabic. But he was like, what is going on? And then I told him I was gonna pitch my tent there. And he was like, no, you come to my house. So I followed him, and the house is about a kilometer down. And yeah, it was very difficult to communicate, but his nephew arrived, a guy, he's probably 35, and he spoke very well French, so I can communicate through him. We had dinner, and then obviously I couldn't pitch my tent, but I had to sleep with the man. I mean, not the same bed. They don't use beds. Most people here they use like a couple of blankets or a couple of carpets as mattresses. And when I took out my sleeping pad, he was like, no, he didn't want me to use the sleeping pad. And the only thing was I couldn't really clean myself too well, so I couldn't really medicate my wound on my ass. Because you don't really have much privacy, and again, he put me on a different road basically, because he told me not to continue on the road that I was. I don't know why. Yeah, he made me come down this side of the property instead of the other side. Left or right, left or right. I decided to go left. So I decided for the more rural area, rural road. There won't be basically any villages till I get to Khenifra, which should be about 55 kilometers. They are 55 kilometers, quite hilly, lots of climbing. I think about 2,000 meters of elevation gain, adding up. And yeah, I didn't want to be on the main road. It would have been much easier because there are lots of shops, restaurants. You can get provision, food, water, cold drinks. But yeah, already I cannot do paved road because of my little ass problem. So now it's healing slowly, hopefully slowly but surely. Assalamu alaikum. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a slow process because there is a little crash now, but it's probably continually breaking. And last night I wasn't able to put the tea oil on. Tried to clean it very quickly with some wet wipes. And this morning when I went back on the road, I put some tea tree oil and some cream. So let's see. Still a bit painful cycling, but no pain, no gain. I just hope this continuous stress on my left cheek is not gonna affect too much my right knee, because I'm already feeling my right knee is not working as it should be, and I have a slightly discomfort. It's not pain, but I do feel a slight discomfort. So today I need to be mindful of my pedaling. Maybe I can feel immediately the 2 liters I need for the rest of the day. I have 4 liters of water. I need at least 2 more. I think I can do it immediately here, so I have peace of mind for the rest of the day. Can also stop, make some tortellini at some point. The moment of truth. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The water tastes better than expected, which is a good thing, because then when it gets really hot, already the water it's almost undrinkable, and if it has a taste also it's shit. But as you can see, most of the wells now they put some solar panels, so they have energy for basically electrical pumps to pump up the water, and so they built some water reservoir on top so that they have some pressure to bring it down to a few houses. It's not a lot, but at least for the houses around, they basically get running water, and this is due to the solar panels. Those are 2 big solar panels, but usually if it's a little compound, a household in the desert, they only need a much smaller version, and it probably costs like 500 euro. Then they have clean water. Ah, hello puppy, what's up? Do you want some water? Do you want water? Come here, I'll give you some water. What a beautiful road, even though it's paved. Beautiful valleys. I'm so glad I didn't go on the highway. Loads of olive trees everywhere in Morocco, from the Sahara Desert to the mountains to the plains. The problem is, why is extra virgin olive oil so expensive in Morocco? It's hard pack dirt, but it's a dirt road. And yeah, it's slightly more painful than the paved road for sure for my butt. Salam alaikum. Beautiful, beautiful landscape. Everywhere you go, everywhere you turn in Morocco, it's really nice.
Follow this way for 1.4 kilometers.
Tubeless nightmare. Fucking hell, look at this. It's a weapon of mass destruction. Morocco always very challenging, so I had 2 tubeless incidents. One I show when I was in the desert. I cut the tire exactly here. Not sure you can see, but it's cut. The tubeless surprising repaired it here. So the second problem I had is today this almost like a knife, but it's a piece of rock, got inside this, and I bent it, and it created this big cut. I lost loads of sealant because I was going downhill and I didn't realize immediately. So I have 2 options now. I remove the wheel and put the tube in, or these are the largest plugs I have, and try to stick them in and to form a block. I'm not sure it's gonna work, but I will try. It's better than It's better than removing the tire and put the tube in. Also because then I don't have lots of patches for tubes. So yeah, this tire was getting old and worn out. It was about to be, it was ready to be changed, and it's when you start to have these problems. It's when the tire. I think with this I did 11 or 12,000 kilometers at the back. They always wear out a little bit more than in the front, even though my most of the weight is in the front. Finger cross. Okay, I put 3 plugs in. You can see it here. These are the 3 plugs. And now I'm gonna try and pump it up and see if it works. It's not working. It's not working. I'm debating if to put some of these sealant. This is 140 milliliters. Maybe I'll just invest half of it. Put 70 milliliters. This seems a little thicker than the one I have now inside. Look how big is the cut from here to here. If it works, it works. Otherwise, I'll have to remove the tire, put the tube on. But I can't believe it's actually working. It took a little trial and error, but I think now it's working. At least I hope. It'd be nice if it works. For the moment, it's working, but it's a temporary solution. I need to remove the tire and put the tube there. If I get a stone or something that bends a little bit there, it's too big. It's like this. It's too big. But if I get to the little city where I'm going, maybe I can take a day off there. It'd be nice for my butt, and I can properly put the tire, and I can buy some patches and some glue for the tube, because I just realized I was carrying a little tube of glue, but it's dry. It's probably got a little puncture, and yeah, it's useless. So that's why I was trying to fix it with the plugs, because if I get a flat with the tube, then I'm screwed. It's 10 to 1. Realistically, I can cycle maybe another hour, but then I need to stop for a couple of hours to have some food first, but also it's not healthy to cycle in this sun. Yeah, I need to take at least 2 hours and cool down somewhere. Hopefully I can find some shade. Now the road is paved. Thank you very, very much. If it was paved like 4 kilometers earlier, I would have not damaged my tire. Yeah, that's right. You can say it louder. Yes. Fucking paved road would have saved my tire. It was bound to happen. First major damage in 49,000 kilometers of tubeless. I had other cuts where I had to stick a plug in, but this was a major cut. Major cut. And I'm 21 kilometers from Khenifra. So decision. What should I do, guys?
Now turn left onto road.
Oh, fuck it. Let's go this way. That's offer.
Follow Go this way for 9.5 kilometers.
It's a little shorter to the city, 20 kilometers away. Maybe I should just push through. But I need to eat. It's just that I have these cereal bars, but man, with this heat, I can't. I don't have an appetite for this thing. Back to square one. Alright, I'm now ready to give up. I have another trick up my sleeve. I have this emergency tire boot. Let's try. I will remove the wheel, remove part of the tire where there is the cut, stick this in and put back the tire without losing any sealant, hopefully. And these things happens always in the worst places, like in the middle of nowhere. It's hot as hell. It's 42 degrees. Such a waste of sealant. I will try to harvest at least this bit. I think I can harvest it with this plastic bag, and from this bag put it back on the pouch. I'm exhausted, dehydrated, pissed off, everything. I put the tube in now and try to put in place a tire boot, but I don't have the proper vulcanizing glue, and there's no way to keep it in place. There is a bit of glue on these things, but they don't work. They won't work. You need a vulcanizing glue, and I don't have it. Also put the tire boot and then clear Gorilla Tape. Nothing. Now I need to assemble everything, and I'm exhausted. Very depressed. Very depressed. Everything happens together. First, the police, they want to scam me like 1,000 dirhams and fuck up my visa, so creating me a bigger problem because I wasn't leaving from Marrakesh. They thought I was leaving from Marrakesh, these idiots. And the epicondylitis. So much pain, I had to take different drugs. Then the blister on my ass. Then the bottom bracket is fucked. Then the front wheel needs to replace. Then I cut the tire, and in the process I waste sealant, plugs, and one day under 40 degrees with no like shadow to hide and work in the shadow. No. Now I need to go to the city, and I will arrive late. It's gonna be too late to leave. I will have to find an hotel there probably, and I need to buy immediately the vulcanizing glue. Otherwise I cannot, I mean, I can continue my trip, but the first flight I have, I'm fucked. Alright, I decided to take a room here. It's a shithole, obviously, but it cost not even €7. I saw some other hotels, but they were too expensive. One wanted €18. Too much. Look, I even got my hand sunburned while I was repairing my bike, so I'm a mess. And I smelled so bad as well. I think today day 5th without showering. So hot. There is a fleas as a shit. So I asked if I could get some cotton. Gonna remove these. Hopefully there are no bed bugs. Success! I got the thumbs up vulcanizing glue, some patches. So I'm gonna now vulcanize the tire boot to patch the hole, and then between here and the door I'll be safe. Then once I get to Almeria, I'll replace the tire. And God bless the German guys in Marrakesh. They gave me a can of a canister, gas canister, and I have a Dragonfly multi-fuel stove. But I also take with me like a pocket rocket because it's so small. So I'm making tortellini because need to eat some tortellini. It's good that I could find this tortellini in the supermarket in Marrakesh. Very good. So my day off is it has to be productive. So now I will have some food, and then it will take me let's say at least an hour to do all this process. And then I will probably have to work on some video and photo editing because I run out of things to publish on social media. That's another thing. Second day in Khenifra, if it's pronounced Khenifra, still in my little hotel room. I decided to stay a little longer. The plan was to stay, I thought I would stay only yesterday, maybe today, but I decided I will stay tomorrow as well because my little wound on my butt was a little worse than I thought, and it's better if I rest another day and heal it a little bit better, because with this heat and it might get infected, and then is a big problem.
Let go. Hey!